accepting God. The modern science, their all acharyas are Nyaya Vaisheshikas. So only 4 elements. You remember we discussed only 4 elements. Earth, water, fire, air. And their combination, that's all. Okay, let us go to Mimamsa. Jaimini. Jaimini is the propounder of Mimamsa. Open that PDF which says refuted. Mimamsa, Karma Mimamsa, refuted. Yes, Mataji. You can understand? Can you repeat? I did not say that anything. It is a Shringaras, you are a Gaudiya, too much a Gaudiya. Shringaras means the relation between man and woman, husband, wife. And Shankaracharya is not married, no, he is a sannyasi. So what is he, does he have any experience of Shringarasa? No. He is a Bala Brahmachari, he took sannyas at the age of 8. Theoretically, you know, because he knows all the scriptures. But he has no experience of it, being with a wife. So that's the reason he did the Parakaya Pravesha. Parakaya means, Para means others, Kaya means body, Pravesha. He left the body, but the pranas were still there. It's a science. For example, you cut your finger and the finger falls somewhere else. If you bring the finger after 10 days, it will not get stuck up. But within few hours, if you bring it, it gets stuck up. Why? Because as long as the pranas are there in that finger, it can get stuck up. Like that.
So how much time it took?
Mike.
So Maharaj, how much time it took for him to go there and experience that everything?
He is a yogi, he can just go. Shankara, whom are you talking about? He is not talking about some tongue. He is Shankaracharya. Shankara Shakshat. Shankara Shakshat. Okay, we'll just directly refute the Karma Mimamsa philosophers to talk about their philosophy in nutshell. They refute him. The student notes is more, it's like, just for the sake of, you have to give some notes, so I'm giving the notes, that's the reason. It's very dry, because the script is copy-pasted from some Western author. That's the reason it's very, he takes a very secular stance. Okay, Vaishnavism is very good, but at the same time, it's a great philosophy, Mayavad, isn't it? What does that mean? You try to be secular. So that is how we don't read books written on Vedic philosophy by Western scholars, because they bring a secular mindset to it. Like I said, Vaishnavism is wonderful, so wonderful, it's so sweet, so wonderful. At the same time, Mayavad, it's a great philosophy. It's not bad actually. You may call it bad because you are a Vaishnava, but actually from the secular point of view, we should be neutral to everyone, isn't it? Everybody is same. Ekam satyaprabha viprabhuda vadanti. There is one truth spoken by many people in different ways. So it's your perception, and mine is absolute perception. Equal perception. One who is equal to everyone, he is absolute. I am God actually. That's also Mayavad. You were there in the morning class, Hindi class? No, you are not there. So it was on Mayavad only. It was I was mostly talking about Aruha Krichena Param Padam Patantyadaha. Anadritaha Vishwadangreyaha. Anadritaha because of their another disrespect to lotus feet of Krishna. Enyen Ravindaksha Vimuktamaninaha Vai Asadbhavad Avishuddha Buddhayaha. Then Aruhya Grichena Parampadam Patantyado Anadritaha Vishwadangreyaha. What is that Asadbhava?
You think I am liberated.
No. Asadbhava. Yushmadangreya asadbhava. Anadata yushmadangreya. What is asadbhava? Asadbhava is to think your body is made up of matter. That is asadbhava.
My body is made up of matter.
Your body means Krishna's body.
Oh.
Yeah, not your. Tvai, in that verse, Tvai comes your.
Sorry.
People think. Okay, so let's go to refutation of Mimamsa. Karma Mimamsa has been refuted at 3 places. One, in the very first sutra itself, 111. I'm going to talk about that later, along with Baldevi Devotional's commentary. And next place it is refuted is 1.3.28 to 1.3.28 to 1.3.33. Next, so 3.4.2 to 3.4. 25. Yeah. So there is a small mistake in the printing mistake, original text only. So I wanted to correct it, but somehow I did not correct it. There is a, when I come to that, it will number, mistake is the number only. That's not it. So let us start. Karma Mimamsa philosophers reject the explanation of Deva as embodied beings on the ground that it contradicts the Veda, in which the names of the Devas are found. They reason that if the Veda is eternal, then the Deva must also be eternal, since their forms are not different from their eternal names. But the mistake, the Mimamsakas are wrong, because the eternity of the names and the forms given in the Vedic hymns is seen in their connection to the eternal personality of Godhead, not to the temporary material world. Thus, even though the embodied Devas appear and disappear in time, their origin is the ever-present Supreme Lord. Okay, try to explain in a simple way. Now, the whole of Karma Mimamsa philosophers, whole process is to perform karma, yajna, swaha, 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 and then go to heaven and enjoy. So, when they are doing the yajna, whom they are doing yajna to? The devatas. And then for them, devatas are eternal. What is the argument which they give? Because the devatas are mentioned in Veda. Veda is eternal. So devatas are eternal. Now what we say is devatas are conditioned souls. And it's so difficult for Hindus, for us, to accept that Indra is a conditioned soul. Because I am doing swaha to Indra. Just imagine, Ganesha is a conditioned soul. How can you say Ganesha is God for us? Very difficult. demigod worship, what we say, and very difficult to convince them that they are all servants of God. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arsabha Pritya. And it is very difficult to convince them. If you talk about them, they say all are same. All are liberated souls for them. The devatas are liberated souls for them. They are God for them. They are not liberated souls. They are gods. That is, there are many gods. You can accept any god. When the Vedantists say, no, these devatas in the Vedas, they are temporary. They explain, no, Indra position is always there. Position is there, Indra changes. So they don't understand that these positions are God, are the positions, these are the positions, they are the post. Now, who is the Prime Minister? The post of the Prime Minister is eternal, but person changes. How many of you know the name of Indra? Yeah, he knows. Do you know who is Indra? Purandara is a person at present who is occupying the post of Indra. Ganesha is a post. Now at present there is one liberated soul occupying the position. Like that they are all posts. So originally all the posts, the names of the posts are the names of Krishna. Indra is name of Krishna, Chandra is name of Krishna, Surya is name of Krishna. And now what Krishna has done, he has given these names to the particular post, so they are eternal. Posts are eternal because they are all Krishna's names. And somebody occupies that post. So this understanding, the Karma Mimamsas, they don't have. So this is the first sutra or the first problem or refutation. Now, one verse from Bhagavatam to show that these all posts. 2.10.36 Bhagavatam. Savachava jagataya bhagavan brahma rupadrik nama rupa kriya datte karma karma kaha paraha sakama karma ka paraha. The Supreme Personality of God manifests Himself in transcendental form, being the subject of His transcendental name, qualities, pastimes, entourage, and transvariegatedness. Although He is unaffected by such activities, He appears to be so engaged. Vachya vachaka, vacha vachaka. Name and form. The Lord takes different names and forms in this world, like Indra, Chandra, etc. But still, he is not affected by it. So who is the Indra for Indra? Krishna. Who is the sun for the sun? Who is the eye for the eye? Krishna. So Krishna has been described like that. The one who is the Chakshuhu, Chakshur, Chakshuhu, Shrotam, Shrotuhu. The Veda talks about it. This is the language of Veda because he is Indra for Indra, Chandra for Chandra, Surya for Surya. Who is the sun for Surya? Krishna. So when the Veda talks that these Indra, Chandra, they are eternal, they are talking about Krishna, who has manifested these posts and positions. Okay. Next. Let us go to the next point. Next sutra. Refutation. 1.3.29. The Vedic sound is a potency of Supreme Lord, thus it is eternal. Now, the Karma Mimamsa philosophers, they are very, very strict about Veda. For them, Veda is God. Veda is God. And then they say, pronouncing the Vedic mantras in a perfect way, that is going to give the results. You don't worry about the meaning, just chant the mantra in a particular way, the results will come. So they go to a very great extent in training their associates there in the Gurukuls, the mantrocharana. Meaning is not required, just chant, because the mantra is actually not a language, it is sound. We also accept it. Veda is not in Sanskrit, please. Veda is not in Sanskrit. Veda is sound. That is why Veda is called what? Shabda Brahman. Shabda, the sound. So, by achieving perfection in chanting these mantras, you can fulfill all the desires, whatever you have. But they forget that these sounds are the potency of the Supreme Lord. They are not just ordinary sounds, they are sounds of the potency of Krishna. They are not just sounds. Yeah, Veda is God, but in what sense? These are all Krishna's potency. So this is now for that Bhagavatam 8, 7, 25, 26. That is Tam Shabdayoner Jagadadiratma Pranendriya Dravya Guna Svabhava Kalakakrato Satyaritam Cha Dharmas Taiksharam Yatrivirat Amananti Trivridda Amananti. O Lord, you are the original source of Vedic literatures. You are the original cause of material creation, the life force, senses, etc., etc. So that is why the two religious systems called truth, satya, and truthfulness, that is rita, you are the religious system for this. You are the shelter of the syllable Om, which consists of three letters A, U, Am. Trivirid Avananti. Tam Shabda Yoni. Shabda Yoni means what? Yoni means what? The birthplace. You are the birthplace of Shabda. Shabda means Vedas. So you are the birthplace of Vedic literatures. So, whereas the Karmimamsa people, they don't accept Krishna or Brahman as God. Their God is known as Apurva. Known as what? Apurva. Don't ask what it is, because even they don't know what it is. Apurva. Apurva means something in the past. Beyond the past. For them, this Apurva God is a bank. Bank. What do you do in bank? Whatever money, whatever people have money, they put it in the bank. There is a debit and credit. So the debit and credit of all the living entities is God for them, because Karmimamsa means what? Whatever you have credited, that much you can withdraw, isn't it? Simple karma. So the bank where everybody's karma is managed is God, and that is known as Apurva for them. Yeah. So Chitraketu is sitting in managing account, so he is God for everyone. He is only manager. They create one thing called Apurva where. So that is why whatever good you do, you have to get it. God will give you that. Whatever bad you do, you will get that bad. So in this way, they say you don't require to inquire about Brahman, not required. Just chant the Veda, increase your punya, go to heaven, come back. When you ask them, anyhow, you have to go to heaven, you have to come back. Yeah, I reckon heaven is not destroyed. You come back and you go back. No, material enjoyment is temporary. Who said it is temporary? I will prove. Material enjoyment is eternal. I will prove. Who said? Jaimini said that. I will prove material enjoyment is eternal. Now this summer, mangoes have come. isn't it? The summer mango, you enjoy mango. Summer is over, no mangoes. You idiot. Summer is over for this year. Next year summer comes. Now the enjoyment of the mango is going to come next year. No, next year, what did I do next year? That enjoyment has gone to another fruit, orange. Take orange now. Of course, there are some people, Vedantists, Acharyas, who have given more horrible commentary on it. So they have gone to such an extent, they said that you marry one young girl, now at some time her youth is gone. Prabhu, what they say is, youth in her has gone, but it has gone to somebody else. So in this way, youth is also eternal. In this way, enjoyment is also eternal.
What about your own self?
Huh? I'm going to come back again. I'm preparing for that.
And what about change of bodies?
Yeah, next body I'll come, na?
No, degrade 84 lakh species.
For that only I'm saying you do yajna.
They do this punya and they eternal.
Ah, yeah.
It actually makes sense.
Yeah. She's convinced about it.
But that is very painful.
Huh?
Very painful.
No pain, no gain.
This is actually something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm master in Karma Mimamsa philosophy. I'm a Brahmana, born as a Brahmana.
So it's like Muslims only. You will get 72 votes and all.
If you talk to you for half an hour, you'll also become Karma Kandi. You'll also chant Rudram Chamakar and go to heaven. It's a very dangerous philosophy. Very dangerous, very subtle.
These Muslims also say that this.
And it has entered our ISKCON so much. You know that? In spite of all your Gaudiya Vaishnavism, yeah, it is entered. You see, the moment a new car comes for getting worship, all the pujaris will run leaving kirtan. We'll do arti for the car, put in Narasimhadev and do all this and get the dakshina. And what is that? I am using Narasimha so that an accident will not happen to you.
Yeah.
And you have already had met with an accident, of your philosophical accident has happened.
They desire some dakshina.
It's all karma. Yeah.
Now they have established this electronic hearing through Zoom.
Yeah, where they. So be very careful. Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, they are not as dangerous as Karma Mimamsa. It can enter like anything. It enters like Brahman into you. From where it comes, you don't know. Karma.
Because actually all these previous philosophies, they actually really did not make any sense.
Yeah.
They were like, in every statement was a big fault. But so far you said everything is very logical.
Very logical. And very religious also, very nice also, very moral also. And your Krishna is very moral. He tells lies, steals garments. And our God, Purva, is very, make sure that you have done this much, you'll get this much. Very dharmika, our God. They have proved that bhukti is mukti.
Like Charva.
Charvak he is an idiot. He has no religiosity. He suffers, he'll go to hell. But you go.
These people will not go to hell.
No, go to Swarga. I'll take you to Swarga. Come along with me.
Maharaj, this is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Shire punya mata
Vasant, you want to go back, na? Like, what? It is like simple. How can you eat tomorrow's breakfast if you're not gone to the toilet?
Yeah.
Isn't it? So going to toilet is good actually. When you pass stool, then only you can eat. Isn't it? To one step ahead to eat, you should pass stool. That's the granatmaka. The whole purpose of you passing stool is so that you can eat. So that the whole purpose of coming back to this world to perform yajna and go again.
But what about the person who lose taste in all these
Huh?
going?
I'll make sure you don't lose taste. Sit in the yajna. Yeah, you lose taste because you are gone weak. Once you become strong, you get the taste again to enjoy.
But if we ask them
Force.
when they come from heaven, so what is
Take the mic. When they come from heaven.
when they come from heaven,
Ah.
so what guarantee is that they will again perform?
That is what I am telling you. Do
They
yajna.
get deluded by the modes of
That is what I am telling you. Do Chandrayana yajna. If you don't do that, you will not go to heaven. You will go down. You will go to hell.
like when they came from heaven, the earth is passion is more predominant on this planet.
Those who come from heaven, they are sattvikas. You know that? Yes, sattvikas. Yeah. So this philosophy of Karmamamsa was the cause of the Buddhism, cause of and Jainism. Because people were frustrated with these Brahmanas. They were so frustrated with these Brahmanas that that yajna, this yajna, that one, this one, only no talk of spiritual life, no talk of going back home, back to garden, nothing, no Vedanta, nothing. Just they were like hungry wolves waiting for some money, some dakshina. And the kings got frustrated. The Vaishyas got frustrated. That's what happens when you don't have VIHE, you don't have teaching in your temples, you don't have education in your temples. The whole congregation will become frustrated and they'll become Jains, they'll become Buddhists.
What they will get?
Huh? Out of frustration, a person where will go to a person where there is philosophy, where there is frustration. The philosophy of frustration. You know, they're frustrated, so they go to a place where the philosophy of frustration. So save from Karmamamsa philosophy. Save our ISKCON from Karmamamsa philosophy. Very dangerous.
You mentioned that about this, the word toilet, at the same time, it's enjoyment, so it also is good. So what about when you're taking such a realm where you can eat nice fruit and you don't have to go to toilet, which is spiritual? Then there could be argument that you can have eternal.
That is why you have to speak about spiritual world.
You can have enjoyment without
Yes.
varieties.
That is why you should speak about Krishna consciousness. If you don't speak Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, then the immediate trap for a so-called pious person is Karmamamsa. He will get caught in that. Yes. Yeah. Other, you can Zoom devotees, you can unmute and ask, no problem. Don't raise hand. Yes.
Can you give some more examples, how it's not clear that we will put Karmamamsa? We can be careful and we can take other devotees. For example, you can say, considering the car and all.
Yeah.
Give some more elaborate so that we can be careful.
In one sentence, when you don't have Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam study of scriptures, then the next trap is what? Karmamamsa. When you don't give education. Lack of study of Vedanta. Vedanta is in the form of what? Bhagavatam. Then gradually they come down to Karma Mishra Bhakti, and then gradually they come down further to Bhakti Mishra Karma. Bhakti Mishra Karma. Of course, in between there is Aropa Siddha Bhakti also. So this is all discussed in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and Bhakti Sandarbhas. So, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Prabhupada said, is the law book of ISKCON. And how many devotees they know Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? Very dangerous. If they have some kind of inspirational leadership, they may engage you in Karma Mishra Bhakti, but never you will come to pure devotional service study. Where there is no inspirational, there is no education, no inspirational leadership, then what happens? Karma Mishra, Karma Kanda.
Now this is Maharaj.
Karma Kanda. Okay. Since you brought the point, please ask the question in the mic. The difference between Karma Kanda and Karma Mimamsa. Okay. Karma Kanda, when it is used as a process, that becomes Karma Mimamsa philosophy, like Nyaya. Nyaya, when it is used as a process of self-realization, that becomes Nyaya system of philosophy, which we are against. But Nyaya is used. In the same way, Karma Kanda is used. For example, you have a Grahastha. He has a daughter. And is it not his responsibility to get her married? But he should get her married in such a way that is not obstructing his Vaishnava principles. So, but at the same time, getting daughter married is Karma Kanda. It is not pure devotional service. But that is required. That is required. And it should be executed in such a way that is not obstructing devotional service. And that is why it is called Sat Kriya Sara Deepika. That is why Gopal Bhatta Goswami gave what? Sat Kriya Sara Deepika. So that you use this book to perform the karma for the Vaishnava. So that the karma will not cover. Anavritam. Jnana karmadi anavritam. Those karmas which doesn't cover your bhakti, that can be executed, and that has to be executed. Not everybody is a nirapeksha. 99.99% they are all grahasthas only. They practice in pure devotional service. But on the material platform, they have to execute certain duties. And that should be executed in such a way that it is not covering the devotion. Anavrita, not covering. What is the verse of pure devotional service? Anya vilashita shunyam jnana karmadi varjitam. Is it? Why it is not varjitam?
It is not possible.
Oh, why not? It is not possible.
Means social being, like you gave example of.
So it is not just because it is not possible. It is because anyhow you have to do. So it should be done. Those karmas by which there is no avaran, that is. Yeah, Zoom devotees, you had some questions. Okay, no questions. Chalo.
No, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
It was partly answered. I also wanted to ask a question about Karma Mishra Bhakti. Does Karma Mishra Bhakti degrade itself? I mean, like.
No. Karma Mishra Bhakti doesn't degrade. Whereas a person who is performing Karma Mishra Bhakti, after some time, if he is not inspired, then he will get back to the Karma Kanda or Karma Mimamsa. He will be caught up. That is why there should be two important things in every temple. Number one, top priority, education. The vigorous study of our scriptures. Not only study and teaching. Number two, an inspirational leadership so that everybody is engaged. Got it? So when there is a very strong study of scriptures, you will maintain what? Purity in your devotional service, and your focus in in your devotional service. Now at the same time, you need to have engagement to people, because not everybody is Haridas Thakur. So for that you require inspirational leadership. So that yat karoshi yajjoshi dashnashi tapasya kauntya tat kurusham adarpanam. Now, if these two things are not there, what will happen?
Sentimentalism.
गुरु जी ने हमको दीक्षा दिया, हमारा जीवन उद्धार हो गया. I got my initiation, my life is successful. And next day onwards, he will not come for Mangalarti. Before initiation, every day Mangalarti. The next day after initiation, he is not seen in temple only. He is not seen. Why? Diksha ho gaya na. Diksha is over. You will find 90% of devotees in India who take initiation are like that only. 90%. Okay? So you got it, Mataji? Zoom, Mataji.
Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah.
Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah.
It's very scary also to read about.
Yeah, I'm here to scare people. So, really, I did not scare all of you while speaking Sankhya, Yoga and Purna Sutta. I made a big fun of it. But now I'm really scaring because I know what it means. Yes.
Nowadays, like our devotees are speaking on like how to observe Saurabha, Navaratri, this and that. So this is also kind of like
What?
like our devotees on different YouTube channels, even Hare Krishna, how to observe Navaratri, how to observe this Mata this puja and that puja. Too much
Mata Puja. Navaratri is going on.
No, actually on some channels they are showing that how you will do Vaishnavas as a Vaishnava, how do you perform Navaratri? So they are giving these concepts.
As a Vaishnava, how you do Navaratri? How you?
Krishna TV it is coming.
Acha, how do you do Navaratri? Yeah, discuss about Ramayana because these 10 days Ramchandra happened, isn't it? You discuss Ramayana, what nice Ramayana. And you go to Durga Pandas, do Kirtan. Isn't it? It's preaching. Use everything for preaching. And you have some Durga Mandal doing Durga Puja, ask them to come to your house. Let them chant Lalita Sahasranam and you explain them in the Vaishnava point of view. Use it for preaching. That's fine. I don't know Hare Krishna channel what they are doing, but if I have a channel, I will do all these things. Isn't it? Yeah? In South India, it's very famous. Lalita Sahasranam is very famous. Yeah, it gets Lalita Sahasranam, explain each and every name of Durga from the Vaishnava point of view. Because all scriptures are Vaishnava scriptures. Durga is who? Yeah, Vaishnavi, explain. So you preach to establish Krishna as God. But you are supposed to make people follow us. You are not supposed to follow them. Use for preaching. Yeah. Yeah, Mataji, correct. First let me.
Maharaj, also we see during this Pitru Bhakti and what is not devotees also doing this Pitru Bhakti ideas and all this, So how to take it? Because
See, if you are a initiated devotee, then you have your father, grandfathers, and your relatives, all these people. You sponsor prasad in the temple, then you tell on our grandfather's name, we all come. Everybody comes to temple. They take prasad. They get the opportunity to associate devotees. That should be the mentality. It's all your consciousness. It's all your consciousness. And now, if you feel that, oh, if I don't do this yajna, then I'll go to hell, then gone. So, this is yukti, using people's mentality to connect them to Krishna. That's okay, that's fine, that's preaching. That's how you preach. So, you find a common connection. Like Srila Prabhupada went to New Year celebrations in America, and he went and spoke for 15 minutes and came back. He used that crowd to explain, when they're very happy and doing some kirtan and hear some harinam. It's like when Rotary Club people, they call you, talk to Krishna Consciousness and come back. So nothing wrong in that. But to consider that if I don't do this thing, then it's something wrong has happened, I may go to hell or something like that. That is not very palatable, karma. And now, it is very subtle, of course. In yajnas, when you offer ahuti, this offering of ahuti goes on. Idam indraya swaha, idam indraya, idam namama. So a Vaishnava is sitting there and hearing the mantras. He is Yajman. He is conducting the sacrifice. At that time, when the Vaishnava, he is thinking, Idam Indraya Swaha, Idam Indraya Idam Namama. Indra is the hand of Krishna. So when he is sitting in the sacrifice and getting the sacrifice done, in spite of the priest offering it to Indra, because his idea is Indra is who? Hand of Krishna. Then it is not karma, it is anavritam. It is that karma is anavritam. Idam surya, idam namama. Idam suryaya, idam namama. Suryaya swaha. So who is Surya? Eyes of Krishna. Don't worry. That has to be kept in mind. Anyhow, let us go few points in karma. Akashvani, yes. Yes, please.
You said in India, 90% of devotees after initiation they don't come anymore. We heard like when you initiating somebody, the guru takes their karma, but if they don't come back anymore, does the karma go back to the devotee?
On the day of initiation, all the karma guru takes. He is a kachde ka dabba. He is a dustbin. You sit there, take all the karma. Take. I'm gone. Who said? If you have surrendered to your guru, and that guru has that kind of affection for you, provided he is having that kind of power, he will only take that prarabdha of you, which is very detrimental for your progress in devotional service. Only that prarabdha. Got it? And that all depends on two factors. Your affection for him, his affection for you, and his power to digest. Okay?
And what about your surrender?
Yeah, affection, surrender. Yeah, I just use the word affection rather than just surrender because that's more understandable. Okay, next. The Supreme Lord's instruction, 1.3.30. The Supreme Lord's instruction to Brahma on his work of creation convey the same names and forms of the previous creation. Thus, they manifest again and again.
Your who?
Who is...
You mute him. Mute. Just press mute. Yeah, done.
Mute.
Okay.
Okay. So Mata is the host.
I am focused, but I don't have power because I can't speak again. Every time he speaks, I'm not able to.
He is having mystic power.
Mystic power. Okay. So these forms and names of the different demigods, they are coming from previous creation. They are given by Krishna, isn't it? Going further. So it is not, that means these names and forms were before even the birth of the demigods. That shows they are eternal and they are connected to Krishna. Next, 1.3.31. Sage Jaimini, the chief of Karma Mimamsa philosophers, says that demigods have no reason to meditate on the Vedic sounds because they have attained all there is to attain such a meditation. Now, they have attained all through all there is to attain by such meditation. Okay, I'll explain to you what it means. Jaimini, who is Jaimini?
Yeah, they was
The propounder of Karma Mimamsa philosophy says, that we say even the demigods also worship Krishna. Isn't it? What is the mantra in Yajna? Hey, famous mantra. Vishnu paramam padam sada pashyanti surayah. Sada pashyanti surayah. The demigods are also looking in the lotus feet of Krishna. Vishnu tat paramam padam. So Krishna, these sada pashyanti surayah. Now the Karma Mimamsa says, no, they don't have to meditate. Actually, they've attained the position of demigods, so they don't have to meditate anymore. Meditate with Vedic sounds because they have attained. All their position is to attain by such meditation. So such meditation which people have done, by doing so they have attained the position. They don't have to meditate anymore. Go further. That is. Coming. First, in one place you will have their argument and refutation will come later. 32. Jaivini says the demigods meditate only upon the effulgence of the Supreme Personality of God who awards Amrita, the nectar of immortality. Effulgence of the Supreme Personality of God who awards Amrita, the nectar of immortality. Next, 1333. Srila Vyasadeva declares that the Devas meditate on Supreme Lord as a self of their self, as Paramatma. Okay. So now what is the position of the demigods? They meditating on Krishna. How do they do that? They meditate Krishna as the self of their self. That means whatever potency the demigods have, it is because of Krishna. So when Vaishnavas worship demigods, they are actually worshipping Krishna who is in the heart, in their heart as Paramatma. Who is Surya Narayana? Narayana, who in the heart of Lord Surya, is Surya Narayana. When you chant Gayatri, whom are you worshipping? The Paramatma in the heart of Sun God. Paramatma in the heart of Sun God is Surya Narayana. Who is Paramatma in the heart of Ganapati? Vishwambhara. Who is the Paramatma in the heart of Durga? Narasimha. So there is a Vaishnava way of demigod worship, but it is not demigod worship. The Madhvas do it perfectly. You see a Madhva Brahmana, he will be doing Yajna and he will be doing Durga Namaskar. But at the end what he says is Durga Antargata Narasimha Priyatam. Durga Antargata. Who is there in Durga's heart? Narasimha. Priyatam. Let him, Narasimha, be pleased. Outside this Durga Navaratri going on, big Punda, Madhva Sannyasi is coming, who is establishing Vishnu Supreme Lord, and he is worshipping Durga. Who is he worshipping? Narasimha. In the heart of Durga. So that is not demigod worship. Actually, it is to prove to the Karmakandis that this is how you have to worship Durga. You don't know how to worship Durga. And you people are very dangerous people. You think that your worshippers are demigods. You are actually insulting demigods. Let's see in the next. This is not 4.1.2. It is written like that, but actually it is 3.4.2. 3.4.2.
What is the actual number? 3.4.
3.4.2. Just make a correction.
In place of
1.2, 3.1, 4.2.
3.4.2.
Say Gemini, the Karma Mimamsa authority holds that Vidya is a subordinate to Karma Kanda. Prescribed activities under Varnashrama Dharma. Gemini, what does it say? The Karma Mimamsa authority holds Vidya is subordinate. Transcendental knowledge is subordinate to Karma Kanda. The scriptural passages glorifying Vidya are poetic exaggerations, arthavad. Like the passages that glorify sacrificial ladles made of wood auspicious tree, made of wood of auspicious tree. Just as such ladles enhance the performance sacrificer, so do Vidya, spiritual, enhances the performance karma. Karma is a lifelong duty of a human being and is the only cause of liberation. The scriptural passages that advise the renunciation of karma is meant for invalid who have no other means for salvation. I'll tell you one small story. Many years back, in our ashram one day, one family came to meet me. They came in a very expensive car. And they said, we want to meet the president here. I told them, you can speak to me. I made them say it and then I was talking to them. They told that we are coming from Andheri, we are also ISKCON devotees. We go to temple quite often. I told, yes, how can I serve you? What do you want? Then the father was not so willing to. The mother started saying, you see, he is our son. Very bright looking, very hefty. And she said that we want our son to be in your ashram. I was shocked. I had never seen a mother coming and telling, I want to give my son, make you a brahmachari. I told, what do you mean, in our ashram? Does he know ISKCON? Right from childhood he's going to ISKCON. He's chanting every day, 4 rounds he chants. I told that I have never seen a mother coming and telling that I want my son to join the brahmachari ashram. I told you seem to be from a rich family and it's very austere. Our ashram is very austere. Then I told, okay. She told, no, we want him to be there. I asked the boy, would you like to stay in our ashram? You will not get all those facilities, what you get. He told, yes, I will stay. I was shocked. We do so much of hangama to get one brahmachari and here you find this person coming direct. And that too, it's a very rich family. Then, okay, I told, okay, no problem. Then the father told, see, iska jo bhi kharcha hai hum denge. I told that is not our criteria. Whatever donation you want to give to temple, give to temple, but we make sure we take care of your child, everything. We have many ashrams, we have all these things. And then no, he has got some medical expenses. You told, don't worry about it, medical. You give donation to temple. But don't think that you are giving, once you are giving your son to us, he is our son. We will take care of him. Either you give our money or don't give money. So then, father told his medical expenses, that also will take care. We have Bhakti in the hospital in front and we have VIHE. We will do all these things. We will take care of all the expenses, medical also. For your donation, you can give it separate in the temple. You go to the counter and give the donation. Then the mother told, he has some medicines he has to take regularly. I told, give the medicines, give the list, we'll get. Then, no, he has got some special medicines. They understood what medicines. Then the mother told, he takes some psychiatric medicines. Then he told, he has some mental problem. The mother told, yes, little bit is there mental problem, but he is normal, he is not aggressive, he has a mental problem. Then I told, then why you want to send him to the ashram? Then the mother told, you see, anyhow he is of no use for us. Anyhow?
He is of no use for us.
Then we thought at least he'll be in the ashram and he'll do some bhajan, kuch punya milega, some punya he'll get. Next life he'll get some good birth. You don't require Gemini to speak Karma Mimamsa philosophy. A religious Indian lady is enough to tell that. Just see, anyhow is of no use. And that is what Jaimini says. If you ask Jaimini, there is so much of glorification of jnana, so much of glorification of sannyas, renunciation. Then he says these passages in the Veda which talk about renunciation is meant for those people who are invalid, useless. Anyway, you are useless. So, become sannyas. Take sannyas. Study Vedanta.
So these outsiders are seen
Huh.
for us.
So, this Karma-Mimamsa philosophy in its rustic form is all pervading in everybody's consciousness, especially in Bharata. Religiosity means ignorance. Foreign also. But that has taken a different role.
As we people are.
Yeah, we'll not talk about, but yeah, that's the reason I'm saying. They don't talk about all these things. They are, what do you say? Dharma is ignorance. If you are able to see dharma as ignorance, religiosity as ignorance, you are half Gaudiya Vaishnava. At least half. Other half Radha and Lalita Vishaka, that is different. You have to identify ignorance and religiosity. Dharma projita kayeta gotra parama. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to remove this ignorance. What is that ignorance? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. The purusharthas are ignorance. When you perceive, then only you have overcome this weakness of karma kanda philosophy. Subtly, this has invaded our movement. I feel so bad. I cannot speak it anywhere else. I can only speak here. ये भक्त है, कोई काम का तो है नहीं, इसको पुजारी बना देते हैं.
It's very common phrase. It is common.
ये कोई for him. Yeah.
The devotee, did you accept the devotee? The one who...
Yeah, I accepted him. Yes, I accepted him. I accepted him.
We have the same problem in our temples. If we have some children with psychiatric disabilities, they want to put them in the temple. Some temple management says no. Temple is for normal people. Let them suffer their karma. And some say no, we have to accept.
See, our movement is for everyone. But you should have a separate facility for them. That's the whole thing. So I accepted him because once upon a time I was Mata, Data, Pitamaha in our temple. Whatever I thought, I said it was final. So, but I gave a special room to him. The reason was that he was chanting. That boy was chanting. He was not aggressive. I only told one part of the story. Other part of the story is this. So then he was attending Mangalarti, he was taking prasadam, and the mother was shocked. And he was washing his own clothes. Then after 1 week, they came back again and then took him back. That boy did not want to go, but they forced him because they saw a spark that is becoming normal. You see, the affection of this world is so poisonous.
So selfish.
What is his age?
Huh? And that boy was 22 or something like that. 22 years. He was a young boy, handsome looking boy, very rich, coming from rich family. They had a big car. They stayed next to Juhu temple. They are the rich people. This is a Pratyaksha story. I took him back. So I took him. And the effect of Krishna consciousness was so much on him, he was washing his own clothes. Of course, he was sleeping whole day. Definitely he's taking medicines and and Mangalarti was on time. He was sitting and chanting, 16 rounds, sitting in the Bhagavatam class. After taking prasadam, he just used to doze off till afternoon. And he would wash his clothes Then they saw, because they used to call him phone, and they found that he's speaking nicely and talking, he's improving, took him. Yes, you have to have a separate facility for such people. Because Krishna consciousness is shelter for everyone. And Prabhupada, in the initial days of Krishna consciousness, took worse people than this. Much more worse. If somebody is willing to attend Mangalarti, sit and chant Hare Krishna Mantra to the 16 rounds, attend Bhakti class, and take whatever prasad is within to be given. So in your temple, you create a facility. You have to take a farm near Vrindavan somewhere where land is very cheap and have. And we want the ISKCON congregation to open drug rehabilitation centers. Actually, our ISKCON started with as a drug rehabilitation center.
Yeah. It is still working.
It's still working. Yeah. Yeah, we are a movement of compassion. And now these people who speak about compassion, they speak about dharma, they are the most hard-hearted people. The karma mimamsas are the most hard-hearted, most genius people. But seen as what?
Most religious.
Most compassionate. And these Vedantists, they are seen as the most hard-hearted people. You talk about the relationships are temporary, don't enjoy, oh, this enjoyment is suffering. But actually, we are the most compassionate people. Now, when you say, no, the Vedya, the transcendent knowledge is glorified, it is Atishayokti. They say it is called Atishayokti, Arthavada. Atishayokti is another name, is Arthavada. Means just go on talking the glory so that people will accept it.
Kalpanik.
Like they say, in the sacrificial ladle is glorified. The tree from which it is made is glorified, so that your faith in this will increase. In the same way, Jnana is glorified, Vedanta is glorified only for increase the people's faith in karma. Jnana is glorified so that people will have more faith in karma. Karma. No. In a sacrifice. Sacrificial ladle is glorified. Why? So, to make people's faith increase in karma. To make the faith of people, increase the people's faith in karma. In the same way, Jnana is glorified so that people's faith will increase in karma. So that is why Jnana is subservient to karma. That is his philosophy. That is their proponent. Now, go further. Jaimini continues. Great personalities like Janaka, Ashwapati continued to follow Karmakanda injunctions even after attaining Brahma Vidya. Janaka was liberated soul. Krishna did not. What did he say? Janaka was liberated soul. In spite of that, he did karma. So, why it was necessary for him to do karma? Because Jnana is not so important. If Janaka was a Jnani, self-realized soul, why he has to do karma? That means Jnana is dependent on karma. If mere Vidya was enough to ensure liberation, then would not have exerted themselves uselessly perform the prescribed duties. Krishna also tells that, but he tells the different reason. Jaimini continues, Chandogya Upanishad confirms that Vidya is subordinate to karma.
The same thing is happening to
And say Jaimini continues, Vrindavana declares both Vidya and karma take hold of a man after death and carry him to heavenly regions. Therefore, Vidya is not independent of karma. Jaimini again continues, The Taittiriya Samhita commands that only Brahmanas possessing Vidya are to be act as sacrificial priests. Who has Vidya? That means after attaining Vidya is supposed to do sacrifice. Therefore, Vidya being a prerequisite to karma is subordinate. That means the purpose of you attaining Vidya is what? To perform karma. Yeah, karma kand. You read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, ultimately if you don't do karma kand, you are useless. Yes. Who is saying all these things? Jaimini further says, it is enjoined in Ishopanishad that even one who is enlightened should aspire to perform karma for 100 years. Kurvanneve karmani, yidi vijay shatam sama. Oh, we have heard so much of karma mimamsa. Don't speak more, then I am going to become another karma mimamsa. So, please speak Vyasa's reply. We want to refute. Let's see Vyasa, how does he reply? Vyasa's reply. 348, Vyasa's reply. Vidya is superior to karma because that is the version of the revealed scriptures. Karma is only an indirect first step on Vedic path of Vidya. To direct method of Vidya is bhajan, worship of the Supreme Lord. One who takes to bhajan may abandon prescribed duty without fear. So he is making a statement here. One very famous verse from Bhagavatam. Recite that verse. 1:15-17. Narad Vyasa Samvad. Tektva swadharman charanam bhujam hare bhajan napakko tadat tato yadi yatra kvavabdharam abhutamushyakim kvavartapto bhajatam swadharmataha. Famous verse. Narada telling Vyasa, you give up all your dharma, taktva sadharmam charanamujam hare, you take shelter of Krishna. Even though your bhajan is apakka. Apakka means pakkaniya. It is not matured. Still, no problem. Because of your bhajan being immature, sometimes you fall, no problem. Then what is the use of? Even if you fall down, there is no problem. And what is the use of? That karma, the next Vedanta Sutra, that karma is subordinate to Vidya, is understood from the lives of great devotees of the Supreme Lord. There are many great devotees of the Supreme Lord. Among them, who is there? Who are they? Bharat Maharaj. The most exalted devotee, Bharat Maharaj, in this way engaged constantly in devotional. Naturally, his love for Vasudeva, Krishna increased more and more, melted his heart. Consequently, he gradually lost attachment related to duties. His hair of his body stood on end. All the ecstatic bodily symptoms were manifest. Tears flowed from his eyes. So much so that he could not see anything. He constantly meditated in the released lotus feet of the Lord. At that time, his heart was like a lake, was filled with water and ecstatic love. When his mind was immersed in the lake, he even forgot the regulative service of the Lord. He even forgot to do proper archana. He was so much engrossed in Krishna. Okay. Now Vyasa's further argument. Chandogya Upanishad is referring to Udgata Vidya, a particular kind of ritualistic knowledge, not Brahma Vidya. Because when it is described that this 1.1.8 was quoted, it is Udgita Vidya, which is part of karma. It is not Brahma Vidya, it is not transcendental knowledge. Udgita Vidya is a part of karma kanda, ritualism, it is not Brahma Vidya. Okay, he is refuting one by one point. The statement of the Taittiriya Samhita that a knower of Brahman should be appointed as perform Vedic sacrifice refers to Brahmanishta, a faithful student of Shabda Brahman, Vedic sound. So there it is not talking Brahman Vidya, it is talking about faithful in Vedic sounds, mantras, whose knowledge is Shabda-jnana, not the learning of Vedic knowledge. It doesn't refer to Brahmavit, knower of Supreme Brahman. So, Vyasa is clarifying all Jaimini's arguments. The Brahmavit is situated in pure consciousness and thus is engaged in loving devotional service, not any rituals. Now, one who is situated in Brahma Vidya, Krishna consciousness, cannot be engaged in karma. There is therefore no injunction that he must continue performing ritualistic karma even after attaining liberation. Rather, he is enjoined to work for Krishna. 4.3, 4.13. Like Bhagavatam. Na karma, na kama karma vijanam yasya chetasi sambhavaha vasudevaika nilaya savai bhagavatottama. One who has taken exclusive shelter of the Supreme Lord, Vasudeva, becomes free from fruitive activities which are based on material lust. In fact, one who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Lord is freed from even desire to enjoy material sense enjoyment. Plans for enjoying sexual life, social prestige, and money cannot develop within him. Thus, he is considered Bhagavatottama, a pure devotee of God on the highest platform. Yes, yes. Yes. Now, 3, 4, 14. Number is wrong. I told you. 3, 4, 14. This, because some edit is all copy paste from one this thing, that is why. Jaimini misinterprets the Ishopanishad mantra, which is actually a glorification of Vidya, that says one in Krishna consciousness can perform karma for 100 years, not be bound by any result. Such is the power of Krishna consciousness that even when a devotee engaged in karma of maintaining the work is not subject to
Reactions.
So for devotee, there is some aspect like you mentioned, karma kanda, like if there is a Vaishnava husband needs to get the daughter get married, so you said it's an aspect of karma kanda, but because it's a Vaishnava, it is not karma kanda, it is just appears like karma kanda.
Yeah, it is not. The activity is karma kanda, but he will not be affected by it. So that activity is done in such a way that is not going to affect him. That is why Gopal Bhatta Goswami gave what? Satkriya Sara Deepika.
Means like here is not subject to reactions.
He is not subject to reaction. This especially is talking about routine work. The three kinds of karma: Nitya, Naimittika, and Kamya. Vaishnavas generally don't do Kamya karma until unless it is recommended by a guru in extreme circumstances. Naimittikas. Satkriya Sardipika talks about Naimitya karma only. Naimittika means occasional. Vivaha sanskara, Chudamana sanskara, Simantotsav sanskara, and Garbhadana sanskara. All these are what? Naimittika means occasional. Like even deity worship, you have Nitya Naimittika. Nitya everyday Mangalarti, Naimittika Janmashtami, Radhashtami, Naimittika, occasional. In karma also there is Nitya Naimittika Kamya. Kamya means for a particular desire, to get a particular desire fulfilled, you do a karma called Kamya karma. Daughter is not getting married. Now mother is now fed up what to do. Now they both are devotees. Now what you do? Pray, do there are many ways. One of the ways is to do some kamya karma if it is there in their karma. So it is extreme. It is not a system. It is not
Taking help of
extra.
other than Krishna.
Demigod, even the demigod is an understanding that this is not he's a Vaishnava and that kind of thing. In extreme case, we don't do it as general. Otherwise, what will happen? We will all become karma kandis. Again, so in extreme cases, we do that thing. Okay. You send them to Vaishnava Kshetras. Like for example, when daughter is there and in the yoga there is there that she's going to get married, but someone is not getting married because of Kuja dosha and Rahu having evil eye on the seventh house and the Bhagyasthana 8th house or something like that is there. Then you send them to Tirupati and then ask them to do some ritual there. Pray to Srinivasa, you got married, and I will let me also get married so that I can serve you better, something like that. So in this way, and it works out. It works, but that is not the process, though. It is not effective. As it is told that the Jaimini misinterprets the mantra. Actually, it is said that even a person who is Krishna conscious, kurvanneveha karmani jijivisheshatarasamah, na karma lipyate, he will not be bounded by karma. Even though he lives for hundreds of years, by a Krishna conscious person, his duties, doing job, doing some business, taking care of family, will not bind him. Actually, only he has adhikar to live. Only he has adhikar to live. He is not bound by any result. Such is the power of Brahmavidya. Like Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, what did he say? Brahmanyadaya karmani sangam tiktva karutiha lipyate nasa papena padma patra ima ambasa. Such is the power of Krishna consciousness that even the devotee engaged in routine work for maintaining the body, he is not subject to reactions. So, brahmacharis, sannyasis, no. Please note this nicely. A grahastha working outside in his company or in his wherever he is working, he is not a karmi, just because he is working outside, maintaining his body. Okay? Because Vyasa gave this explanation and Prabhupada has given this explanation, that is why it is very clear. If he has not given the explanation, Jaimini would have confused you. Actually, 90% of you, 99% of all the devotees who have come, joined the movement, for them, the first book on spirituality is Prabhupada's. So, it is very difficult to explain ignorance to all of you. It is very difficult to explain what is. But if you had got some other books, that Ananda, this Ananda, in your hand, they would have been very difficult. So that is why it is very difficult to explain ignorance to devotees, because they don't have ignorance. The first book which they got on spirituality is the most clear book on spirituality. So for you everything is clear. But those who have read that philosophy, it is very difficult for it is so unclear. That's the reason. If you hear their explanation in more elaborate way, you will be confused. Kurvan eva iha karmani. Kurvan karmani. Do, if you karma like this, you can live for 100 years. That means you are supposed to do karma for 100 years. But you should not think of going back to Godhead. That is the explanation given by Jaimini. But if you see properly, even though my devotee is performing karma, is not affected by it. Okay, let's go for some more points and then complete for this. Spiritual texts declare that a Brahmavit incurs neither pious reactions from his observation of karmakanda duties nor impious reactions with the neglect, because he is not interested in sense enjoyment. Karmakanda duties are always impure because they pertain only to sense gratification. Therefore, observing them or neglecting them affects sense gratification. For a devotee, piety and sin are defined in terms of devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Very clear. The devotee is not interested in sense enjoyment. So, the piety of performing karma will not affect. The impiety of the sin of non-performing will not affect. Whereas a karmakandi, he is very much interested in sense enjoyment. So sin and deity or pious things, it matters a lot for him. Next. Vidya destroys karma at all stages, even prarabdha karma. In a pure devotee, prarabdha karma so is so destroyed like a signed cloth. Though it looks like a cloth, it falls to pieces at the slightest of touch. Similarly, with the death of the present body, a liberated devotee's prarabdha karma utterly dissolves without generating reactions in the next birth. So a person has attained vidya, so his prarabdha karma is also not to be, is also destroyed. Those devotees who are urdhvareta, strictly celibate, are examples of this. Having triumphed over karma by their vidya, they demonstrate the independence of 3:4:17. I'm just reading that. Obvious to the body, they are innocent to the dualities of piety and skill. These are glorification of those who are practicing renunciation. 3:4:18. Sage Jaimini maintains that an enlightened soul who has transcended the body must not neglect his prescribed duties, though he may perform them according to his own method. Instead of chanting Gayatri mantra at sunrise, noon and sunset, he may chant at other times as he chooses. Were an enlightened soul to give up varnashrama duties altogether except for reasons of invalidity, he would be condemned. Varnashrama duties are prescribed in the Shruti and Smriti's scriptures, each of which is compared to an eye. A Brahmana neglecting these two sources of duty is like a person who runs with closed eyes. So, Jaimini's argument that even if you are liberated soul, you are supposed to do karma.
So what they are saying here, Brahmana can neglect.
Yeah. What did Madhavendra Puri say?
Yeah, for a Vaishnava.
What did Madhavendra Puri say? Sandhya vandanam bhadramastu bhavo vosnanam
But that is
samyatam. Huh?
That is for Vaishnava.
Yeah.
But here
Brahmavid means Vaishnava only. Yeah. But Srila Vyasadeva maintains that 3:4:19. 3:4:19. But Srila Vyasadeva maintains that Krishna conscious person is not bound by the responsibilities that ordinary persons are obliged to fulfill. Devarishu bhuta atmaninam nakinkaro nayam rinicharajan sarvatmana sharanam shranyam gato mukundam. This is a very famous verse, all of you know that. A Krishna conscious person does not follow prescribed codes of behavior because of fear of sin or social composure. He follows them out of his own interest, sweet will. Oh, if I don't do this karma, something bad is going to happen. Oh, if I do this, if I don't do, what will people think? No, out of his sweet will he does. What is there? No problem. For the purpose of propagating Krishna consciousness does. It is not Arthavada that enjoins a full Krishna conscious person to observe customs of cleanliness out of his own sweet will. It is Vidhi, spiritual rule. Devotees on the Paramahamsa platform adhere to rules and regulations prescribed for them by Supreme Lord Himself. This Vidhi is very different from that followed by less advanced karmis. So, the Vidhi which is been prescribed for the devotees is different from the Vidhi prescribed for the karmis. The Vidhi followed by the Paramahamsa devotees is the Vidhi of Bhava, transcendental ecstasy. So, it's totally different. In the last attempt to promote karma or vidya, the supporters of Sage Jaimini may dismiss the narrations about the activities of Paramahamsa devotees found in the Vedanta literature as being only a pariplava.
Can you please mute the context?
Yeah. Mute. There's somebody who's filler material to the recited during the lapses in the yajna ceremony. For example, you have a yajna performed, in that there are some lapses which happen. So, at that time, you are supposed to do certain things. So, the glorification, the narrations about the activities of Paramahamsa devotees found in the Vedanta that they are neglecting karma. That is only as being only a pariplava, filler material. But in fact, these narrations constitute the essential wisdom of Vedas. It is not, it is secondary, it is not primary. Those who have given up karma and then they are Paramahamsas, they are glorified in the Veda, but it is only just a filler material, that's all. It is not real thing. Such narrations comprise of most confidential portion. This is the most confidential part of the Vedas. Gopi is giving up dharma and attaining Krishna. Madhavendra Puri, Haridas Thakur, all these things are actually confidential part of the Vedas. For they directly reach Brahma Vidya. Brahman is defined in the Vedanta Sutra 112 as a transcendental source of creation, maintenance and destruction of the universe. Thus, the standpoint of Brahma Vidya is in any way validated by the performance of ritualistic karma is refuted. So, karma, Jaimini's Karma Mimamsa philosophy, which says that jnana is subservient to karma, karma is supreme, jnana is subsidiary, that is refuted.
Even we can see the activities of gopis also.
Yeah, that is the most confidential part of the Veda.
Yeah.
But they say it is only a filler material, that's all. It's not primary. Okay, so we have done with the karma, we have left with one thing called Vedanta, the Mayavad aspect of Vedanta. So afternoon session, 2:30 onwards, we will all become Mayavadis. Okay, Hare Krishna, Jai.